This is why, like, I'm kind of, like, done with hookup culture, because I've seen that if you, like, let a guy sleep with you quickly, they won't really, like, take the time to, like, actually get to know you as a person. And there's, like, studies in biology that, like, the more a guy has, like, sex with a girl, the less attraction or, like, drive he has towards her. So I've learned that for, like a future guy or whatever, I'm gonna, like, make them, like, wait really long. Not until, like, marriage, not on some, like, Christianity, like, Catholic stuff, but, like, I want him to, like, get to know me as a person before all the sex comes, because that's also a very, like, physical and intimate matter, and that's why I've realized I'm kind of done with that, because I also always, like, catch feelings, or that is if it keeps going. If it's a situationship, I do, and then that's when they get scared.
Really quick, I want to just ask you a question on that. By the way, you made a fantastic point before. That was a very pretty wise take there. So you said you'd want to make a guy wait. Moving forward. How you said not marriage though. How long are we talking?
I'm not talking like 2 years. I'm not talking like a week.
A fortnight? 14 days?
I don't know. I don't really think that you can put an exact number on it, because I feel like you also have to trust your intuition and just like trust your gut and feel out the vibes. Like, it might be different according to a person, because maybe you see through someone's like red flags or bullshit. Oh, like, maybe I'm gonna leave, or maybe I'm gonna wait even longer because it seems like maybe they're manipulating me or like trying to do things to have me like sleep with them sooner. It kind of like depends on the guy, you know?
Yeah, I think women are in a tough position on this one, because on one hand, it's like there are definitely some guys out there that if you sleep with them too soon, they might not want to take you seriously. They might say, oh, she's not worthy of a relationship or whatever, which for me personally, I don't think is the case. There's definitely guys out there where it's like, I mean, I can speak for my long-term relationships. I mean, I've had a 5-year relationship, 2-year relationship, 9-month relationship, like 1-year relationship. So the sex happens fairly early, I'd say within the first 3 dates, first 3 times. So for me, I don't look down on it if a girl wants to sleep with a guy too soon, but there's definitely guys out there where it's like, they might judge you for it. So, but girls are in a tough spot, because it's like, well, you make the guy wait, and then he's still gonna dip. He might still dip, even if you make him wait. He's just gonna wait. He's gonna bide his time. So that's how girls can get played too. So it's kind of tough. Like, do you just get it over with and then see? I mean, it might almost speak to, if he does sleep with you soon and he wants to keep seeing you, he's into you, versus then it's just a tough position to be in. Like, okay, you wait, you hang out. I don't know. I actually don't know the solution to that.
It would just make me like less regretful if I made them wait a while, because I'd be like, oh, okay, like I made them wait, like he's just like an asshole, but like I took the time to get to know his intentions and I was wrong, but like I'll learn for like the next person, you know what I mean?
Well, and of course there's the men that there's just absolutely no chance of any future with, like if you're traveling. Oh yeah. Or they're in town for the week, then that's where you can, well, anyways. Did anyone else want to come in on this? Actually, before we let someone come in on this, let me just get these super chats here. Did I get this one? No, I don't think so. Yo, thank you for the Canadian $10 super chat, man. Appreciate the support. Romance and chivalry are dead, and y'all killed it. Like I said before, why would a guy be chivalrous to you when you can't even adhere to one of his boundaries? Keep your options open, though, right?
What is the boundary?
I don't know if this is related to the nightclub thing, or I'm trying to remember his previous super chat.
I do like the way he worded that, adhere to one of his boundaries instead of adhere to what he says. I like the way he said that. Adhere to his boundaries.
I agree.
Because, if you have those boundaries and they're broken, why would he want to be
we were
romantic?
talking about boundaries earlier.
Yeah.
And that's...
No.
Holy shit.
And that's where communication comes into play again, you know? So it's obviously, at the get-go, it's really important to state that. If you're keeping your options open, then if you state that, then that's what the boundary is. If you're not and you're looking into something serious, then, you have that wiggle room to kind of come to a conclusion.
Yeah. So we were talking about body count a little bit there. I know you had kind of wanted to come in. We were talking about romance. Yeah. I mean, I would defer to that guy, to Sask's finest super chat, basically. I think Dave Chappelle said chivalry is dead and women killed it. Agree or disagree?
That's
because
a hard thing to answer.
Yeah.
Because I think it's on both sides.
It goes both ways for sure.
It goes both ways.
Society.
There are
society.
can definitely be women that have killed it, but then there are also men that have just ruined it for women, or who just let it die, who don't show it. So I think there's accountability on both ends for men and women regarding romance
for sure
being dead.
I mean, it really depends on the person. I would say my boyfriend is very chivalrous, I guess you could say, and I appreciate it, but
there's definitely still men who are
absolutely
adhere to their more traditional gender roles, who are chivalrous. It's just chivalry was something like related to a lady, someone who's a lady, and it's like, if you're fucking 3 dudes at a time, I'm sorry, but it's hard to be chivalrous in those situations. Jesus, Michael Trillstein, you're fucking insane, dude. Holy shit. Michael Trillstein's a fucking legend. We'll get to that really quick, Michael. So I think the thing is that I don't think men have really changed that much.
No,
because we've always been dogs. Like men, we've always been dogs. Like we'll but when the shift happened in society from, hey, being, I mean, look, I know I'm talking back into the 1950s here. If you want to sleep with me, put a ring on my finger and we have to be married. When that shifts to get me a cheeseburger from McDonald's and we're good to go. I'm kidding.
That sounds really good right now.
I'm down. Let's go after the
does.
show. After the show, we'll all get some what's it called? Big Macs.
I
But
want a McFlurry now.
there you go. But I think so because women, you guys are the gatekeepers of sex. You control who has sex, basically. Mm-hmm. So we will adapt to whatever it is. So if we just have to take you on one date, if we just have to text you, say, come over on Tinder, what are you doing? Come over. That's what we will adapt to the marketplace.
Well, then you're going to have to continue to adapt because not all women are the same.
Of course. Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely. But we've adapted. And we've seen what's happening.
I feel like, again, it goes back to what we were talking about before with like the hookup culture versus relationship. Again, like most people don't respect chivalry and romance from a hookup. Most people respect that or expect that from a boyfriend.
Sure.
Or slash girlfriend.
As long as you're clear with your intentions.
Yeah. It all goes back to the communication and being clear with your intentions. If you're just hooking up, then there's no pressure to act chivalrous.
Yeah, and if you're also just hooking up and you're acting like almost too romantic and the other person doesn't want anything more, it can be kind of a turn off.